Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Donna. Thank you so much for coming and joining me today. Thank you everybody for watching my video. Today I am doing my 10 in 2018 brands that intrigue me recap. So basically I'm going to go through the brands that I decided in 2017 that I wanted to try in 2018. Tell you what I did try, let you know what I didn't try, and then give you some idea of whether I am still interested in trying those brands or not. And next month I'll have a new video out of the brands that I want to try in 2019. So if a recap to a video earlier this year intrigues you just a little tiny bit, please stay tuned. Alright, so the first brand that I had on my list last year, well, I guess not the first brand, this is not going to be in any particular order, but one of the brands that I had on my list last year was Glamour Doll Eyes. Not to be mistaken for Glamour Doll. The reason why I say that is because I thought I was doing myself a good job and actually marked this off my list as one that I had tried. And then as I dug a little bit deeper into this video, realized that I had a completely different brand of makeup than what I thought I was getting. So Glamour Doll Eyes is really big on Instagram. They have a subscription service, which I think is initially how I heard of them. I believe Alexandria Ryan, who I watch very regularly, who is basically an unboxing channel, had a subscription service to Glamour Doll Eyes at one point in time. And they have some pretty amazing colors in their lineup. And that is why I initially was super interested in trying them. Their highlighters look fantastic. Every single little like pouch of makeup that she got from them looked awesome. I was like, yes, I need to try them. And then I actually have a bronzer and an eyeshadow from Glamour Dolls that I thought was from Glamour Doll Eyes and crossed it off my list. It's not. It's two completely different places. Two completely different makeup companies, which is very confusing for a person who was brand new into makeup at that point in time. So I have not tried Glamour Dolls. Glamour Doll Eyes. I have not tried them. I don't know if I'm still interested in them, to be honest. Let's look them up on Instagram real quick. So I do follow them and it does look like they post still, but this is their Instagram page and they have quite a few like looks and eyes that they post on there. It's just obviously getting lost in the mix of my Instagram subscriptions that I just don't see a whole lot from them anymore that sparks my attention. So is that a brand that I'll be interested in trying again next year since I didn't get it done this year? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. To be honest, I forgot about them about halfway through the year. The next one I have on my list is Makeup Geek. Makeup Geek was something that I was interested in at the beginning of the year. And they're a makeup brand that's been around for quite some time. Marlene Estelle, the CEO and creator of Makeup Geek Cosmetics, also has a clothing line now called Marstay that is really super expensive. I know I was watching a live with her today, which I was super excited to get in on. And she did say something about having dropped the cost of a lot of the clothing items in the Marstay line, which I'm interested in. Her clothing is really, really pretty. She also created 9 palettes through Makeup Geek to go with her clothing line, which I thought was a little bit odd, but it is what it is. And Marlena is amazing. And I love the Showstoppers, the lip stains, the Showstopper lip stains. They are probably the most comfortable lip product I have worn in my time as a, person on a beauty you know, in a beauty community on YouTube. They are super, super comfortable. I also really like her eyeshadows. I did pick up a couple from BoxyCharm. In their charmers section, you were able to purchase some things with charms, and some of her eyeshadows did show up in there, so I did purchase some of those as well, as in addition to another lip stain, another showstopper lip stain from her. I really like Makeup Geek, so that is 1 for 2. I was able to try Makeup Geek in 2018. And the next one I have on my list is Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place is actually something that I am quite obsessed with these days. So at the time of making this video last year in regards to brands that I wanted to try, brands that intrigued me in 2018, I think at that point in time I had ordered my very first, no, I hadn't. At that point in time, I knew that my daughter was purchasing me my very first Juvia's Place palette for Christmas. And I was so excited. And now I have, I think I have all of them, but there might be 3 palettes that I'm missing. I also have one of their blush palettes. I don't have any of their singles. I think that their single blushes, I don't know much about their single blushes, but they're a brand that I wholeheartedly support, love, and will continue to purchase from. So there's 2 for 3. The next brand I have on my list is Colored Rain. Colored Rain I didn't try. I didn't try because God, you guys, their price point is a little steep, to be honest, for a brand that I can't go in and touch. I can't go in and touch their shadows. I am afraid. I'm afraid to try Colored Rain. And I do know that some of their palettes have been on sale recently for half off. So I might look at it for the half off price point. The biggest thing that holds me back from trying them, to be honest, is the fact that I cannot touch their shadows. I don't know a lot about their shadows, and their price point seems a bit steep for me as a person to buy this giant palette that I don't know how it's going to perform or what it even feels like. So halfway. I've out of the 4 that I've mentioned so far, I was able to try 2 and not able to try 2. The next one I had on my list is Ofra Cosmetics. Ofra is actually a brand that I support a lot these days. I have liquid lipsticks by Ofra, I have eyeshadows by Ofra, and I have highlighters and blushes by Ofra. I have a little bit of everything from Ofra, and I love that brand. Their highlighters are quite possibly the best highlighters on the market. I love them dry, I love them wet, and I'm wearing actually one today. I don't think that they show texture. I think that they're just, and they were made famous by Nikki Tutorials. And while I don't follow Nikki, I have watched Nikki's, you know, videos in the past, and she spoke very highly of Ofra Cosmetics, and I am able to trust her in that one moment because I tried them and they're amazing. And they're at Ulta. You can purchase them at Ulta. And right now, currently, they have some sales going on some of their things. They have highlighter palettes on sale. They have liquid lipsticks on sale. Their liquid lipstick formula is super comfortable. I have some in the old packaging. I really don't like their new packaging. I have this adversity to white packaging for makeup. I think it's stupid, but that doesn't negate the fact that their product is amazing. So 3 for 5. The next one I have is Divina Cosmetics. Divina is, again, an Instagram famous brand. They press their pans with a big D in them, and I always thought it was really cool because my name is Donna, and I could have pans of makeup with a big D in them. It's so stupid. I'm so stupid. That is the dumbest reason to want to try something. But their makeup is just beautiful. Like, all of the pans of their eyeshadows look amazing. All of the pans of their highlighters look, I mean, just so show-stopping. Just so stunning. And they are still a brand that I want to try, so they will end up on my list for next year as well. Again, they're just a brand I cannot touch, and I feel like their cost is just a little bit too much for a brand that I cannot touch. Although everything I've heard about them has been amazing. I take pause when I am about to fork over money on a brand that I don't know anything about and that I cannot touch as well. The next one is Beauty Bakery. Beauty Bakery is a brand that is now available in Ulta, so you can touch it these days. All of their things are very gimmicky. They're shaped like, you know, they're called flour, or they're all having to do with baking sweets. And while I think that that is cute, I no longer am interested in trying Beauty Bakery. Funny enough, it's now in a place where I can touch it and swatch it and look at it and ooh and ah over it, and I no longer want to try it. And I don't know really where that came from. I think a lot of the reason why I wanted to try Beauty Bakery in the first place was because, like, when I first got into this YouTube thing, like, baking was a thing, and they had these powders, and these powders were amazing, and I no longer care to bake. I know that that's not something that I can do, and I know that that's something that actually makes me look awful when I do it. Maybe it's because of how I'm applying it, I'm not sure, but I have a feeling it's just because of my age and my skin type. And they're no longer a brand I want to try. They won't end up on my list for next year, and I didn't get to try them this year. The next one on my list is Ace Beauty. I believe it's Beauty. It might be Beauty. It does have a straight line over the E, so I'm pretty sure it's Beauty. They're a brand that I wasn't sure that I was going to get to try this year because I had not bought that damn quintessential palette that I wanted so badly last year. And I still want, but they recently came in a BoxyCharm, so I was able to try them, and I still want that quintessential palette. If that tells you anything about what I think of the product that they're offering. You know, the palette that we got in BoxyCharm was only 6 pans, so it's not like I had a plethora of information to grasp a certain level of insight on for Ace Beauty, but it was enough that I know that I still want that quintessential palette and will probably purchase it next year. The last two brands are two brands that I didn't get to try. Not for lack of, like, trying, I guess. Sigma I had on my list and still have on my list. It will be on my list for next year as well. I am really super interested in their brushes. I really want to try their brushes. But more importantly, what draws me in more is, like, their cleaning products for brushes. Let me know what you guys know about their cleaning products for brushes. So they have that stand, that, like, brush stand, that dryer cleaner brush stand thing. I want that so bad, but it's like $90, and I am not going to pay $90 for a brush stand because I don't need to. I don't need it. My brushes dry just fine in the dryer that I purchased on Amazon and got for like $4. So I don't need an $80 stand for them. The other thing is the hard brush soap that you stick to the side of your sink as you're washing your brushes. I really do want that, and that's only $19. So I can totally see myself purchasing that. That has been in my cart and out of my cart and in my cart. They also have some mystery bundles, so I've been thinking about seriously purchasing some mystery bundles. Like I said, not for lack of trying. I have had multiple Sigma items in a cart and then taken them back out and then put them back in and then taken them back out. I just haven't done it. The last one is Zueva. Zueva is a brand I really want to try. Zueva is a brand I really want to try and don't, because over the last year they really haven't come out with a whole lot that has piqued my interest necessarily as much as it did in 2017 when I drew the conclusion that I wanted to try them in 2018. So they did come out with a palette just recently. I think I saw it on Trend Mood. I might have actually saw it on a video that Samantha March did. I'll link her channel down there in her Will I Buy It series, and I will try and get a picture up here of it. That one kind of intrigues me just a little bit, but for the most part, I just haven't tried them. So with that being said, of the 10 brands that I wanted to try in 2018, I only tried 4. So that's a big fatty F. I failed at my 10 brands I wanted to try in 2018. So some of these brands will end up in my video for the brands that I want to try in 2019. I will probably pick 10 brands again to try in 2019, and we'll go from there. What I will say is that even though I didn't try a lot of the brands on my list necessarily, I felt like I had good reasons for not trying them. There were good like financial reasons for it, or just that I found myself in makeup last year and really know now what I want in a makeup item. Like really know now that I will probably never use anything from Beauty Bakery because like a lot of it is like loose powders and stuff like that I just don't use. Maybe they're lipsticks, but I'm just not into the gimmickiness of everything anymore. Whereas when I first came onto this scene, I was like, oh look, it's a peach. It's a whole set of peach stuff. And wanted everything in it. And I don't want to feel like I need to have all of it anymore. So I'm just not into that. Also, like, you know, financial reasons and whatnot, but I did try, with due diligence, tried a makeup brand that I thought was the makeup brand that was on my list, and it wasn't. So, and I got a lot of new brands that filtered into my collection over the last year. So, when I think about brands that I want to try next year, there's still a lot of indie on there. The biggest reason I think that indie always ends up on the list is because they're brands that you can't touch. So you have a hard time purchasing because you can't touch them. And I am so excited for what Ulta is doing lately with bringing in all these new indie brands. And maybe some of these guys will end up in Ulta in the next year, because they brought in so many brands over the last year. So we'll see. Thanks so much for joining me again, you guys, and I hope that you liked this video. I enjoy doing recaps, and I hope that you also enjoyed watching my recap. If you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel. Also, I hope that you're considering subscribing before you leave today. I really would love to have you around for this crazy ride of mine, and see you in the comment section. I do upload content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Sunday, depending on how my work week goes. But you are guaranteed at least 3 videos a week. I am very consistent here and on Instagram and in my comment section. I love to have a conversation down there, so I hope that you are putting down in the comments section the brands that you used this year that were on your list, and the brands that you forgot to use this year that were on your list. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. Until next time, bye.